All right, hello all. Welcome to the Kick-Ass Vidcast. I am back, and I am Oren, and welcome to the Ahsoka review, episodes 1 and 2. Now, I've decided to review this because, Star Wars fan, always a Star Wars fan. Love the true Star Wars, so it's pretty cool. And I've watched Rebels, and I enjoyed Rebels. It was all right. It was average to mediocre. Had a few good episodes though, especially with Darth Maul. That I enjoyed that. Uh, so I saw that, and then Ahsoka was coming out, so I decided to give this a shot. So I saw these two episodes, and honestly, I was going to rant specifics about the Ahsoka show. You know, give you a scene by scene breakdown, but I'm not going to do that. Nope. There's so many inconsistencies. That'll take forever. Okay. Now, other channels do a great job with that, especially Nerd Erotic. I love Nerd Erotic. Nerdy does great videos, and also Disparo. Disparo does a great shit, so you should check those out too. Now, I'm just gonna give you a organic feedback on my main problems, in my opinion, of the show. The 3 to 4 glaring issues that I saw in these whole episodes. Maybe it'll be like that in the entire season, but I hope not. I mean, God, I'm not even sure. So, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna tell you that, and also remember, I would appreciate if you can subscribe and follow and comment. That would really help me out. So let's get into this fan film. This is what it is, a Star Wars fan film. So I got my notes here. So let's check this out. Now, the first thing that bothered me the most was the word crawl in the beginning. Star Wars usually has an epic word crawl that moves across the screen with the Star Wars theme song. So, and it's fucking glorious. It's epic. It's amazing. Loved it in the old Star Wars games like the Old Republic, and Jedi Starfighter, those great games, and in the OT and PT trilogies. So, this does not have any of that. It doesn't have the epic word crawl. It doesn't have the epic music. It's red lettering that hurts your eyes. It's boring. It's bland. And it does not compare to the feeling that John Williams' music gets. So that was a big letdown. Big no no. Now, the second thing that really pissed me off, I have it here in my notes here, was the action. Uh, the fighting was poorly executed. It's not like the trilogy, the OT trilogy, or the PT trilogy. Even the OT trilogy. I mean, you can see them. The fighting was not as epic as the prequels, but you can still feel the swings. You can still feel them. Feel the impact when they hit each other, and the shots, the camera angles were a lot better as well. Like you see all the fight. Now, the thing with Ahsoka is that the fighting was was insane. It was super stiff. It was like they weren't even hitting each other. It was just like a fake movement. It was like a more like a dance than an actual fight, and they were just going. And even the impact wasn't great. It was ridiculous. I mean, there were some moments where they would hit each other's lightsabers, and it wasn't even like an impact. It was more like a tap, like a beep, and that was it. I mean, it's just awful. And the camera angles barely had any wide shots of the villain and the hero fighting together, like fighting against each other. There was barely any of those shots. Everything was from chest up to their heads, and every time they would move, I kind of get a little dizzy because the camera would be shaking with that. So that was horrible. The action was garbage. Now, the third thing that not it was okay. Some people beg to differ. They think it was good. I didn't think so. It was the music. Okay, I didn't enjoy the music at all. In my opinion, it sounded like the composer was trying hard to get a John Williams vibe going to make you feel like it's true Star Wars, but it never hits, in my opinion. Uh, I understand to other people, they say, "Oh, it's great. It sounds like Star Wars." No, but not to me, in my opinion. Honestly, if you want to get a true Star Wars experience from Ahsoka, just pay John Williams, dude. Pay John Williams to have his music in the show. I mean, his music is Star Wars, in my opinion. So just pay him, get that music back in there. This composer, I he tries, I guess, but it's just not the feeling of Star Wars is not there with the music at all. So that was the third thing that I had that I had to say, and the last thing that really got me like, dude, like I tried to stay focused, I tried to pay attention, but it just couldn't. And that was the acting and the writing. It was the worst in this show, in my opinion. Yeesh, man. OMFG. Man, I was trying, dude. I was trying to hang on and stick with the show, but it just felt like they were dragging, man. Big long scenes for small trivial stuff, and what the cool important stuff that I really wanted to focus on, short scenes. I mean, the fights were really short. The important information that they had, the mission that they had to do was short as well. But like the rest of the stuff, like the emotional scenes, that's another thing I have to talk about. This the scenes where they were speaking about important issues, like Sabine used to be the apprentice of Ahsoka. That's a pretty important dialogue scene that we were supposed to be like, oh, okay, but I felt nothing. I was mostly on my phone, or I was passing out. I mean, it was just boring. I mean, it's awful, awful dialogue, and the emotions, the delivery of the lines was non-existent. It was dead. I mean, there were some moments where they. Let me take a look here. Okay, so there were some moments where they were supposed to reveal emotions, and it was none. It was drab. Like there was supposed to be sad moments, happy moments, funny moments, and all the characters just played stoic. I felt nothing for anybody. I was just like, man, ridiculous. Somebody dies, certain somebody dies at the end of the first episode. I felt nothing. And I just gotta say, they did my man Qui-Gon dirty. I mean, whoo, man. Like, I was in shock. And the camera scene, there was once with Sabine at the end of the first episode where I couldn't see where the lightsaber landed. I mean, I don't know if it was in her chest or in her stomach. It was just very inconsistent. Yeah, they need to shape this up. The acting was atrocious. Like, holy moly. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep seeing this show. The first two episodes alone were just drab. Uh, man, my review of this show, if I had a rating system, uh, straight up would be a 3 out of 10, man. I mean, it was very mediocre. All around odd exposition dumping. Not enough good story, terrible acting. Maybe I might review the next episode, one more, but I doubt it. I mean, I don't know. But we'll see if I'm in the mood. So, if this was my review, if you please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next vid, possibly. So, peace, and may the force be with you. Yeah.